This is a video review of the Hornby R4641 and R4637. I'm not sure why they've put such a gap between the numbers, but these are the two further coaches for the Network Rail new measurement train. Probably 2012 or early 2013, Hornby bought out the new measurement train power cars and the twin pack of coaches, which I've done other reviews on, but this was pack, what was the number? R4457 was the coaches, and R2984 was the power car. At the time, Hornby basically made a very small amount of the coaches, so they were pretty much doubled or tripled in value, really, going on sort of eBay and that sort of thing. But obviously, so to get really a more scale length train, you need obviously more of these coaches. So obviously people wanted them. Hornby didn't make, from what I can gather, didn't make enough, because you can pick up the power cars quite easily, but not the coaches. So I emailed Hornby to say, like, would they be making any more, and their response was they had no plans to. And then 2014 new releases schedule was these two coaches. So brilliant news. They've done them as separate coaches, as I said, so you've got the two different part numbers. So it's a bit of a shame they're not the same packaging and whatnot as the others, so they kind of don't quite go with the rest. As you can kind of see, you've got like the sleeves and that on the other two, but not on these. But I'll take out. So this is R4637, and it's the, if I can get it to focus, it's the TGS Mk3 coach, Network Rail 977994. Let's take out the packaging. So it's different packaging compared to the original coach pack. It's the obviously plastic packaging in the newer style Hornby box. I'll just whip it out. So you've got, let's have a look at these. So it's got full size. Let's take out one of the older coaches so we can kind of compare the differences. So obviously the newer one's in the packaging there, and like I said, the older one comes in the more traditional style plastic packaging. Actually, this one's probably not such a good one to compare it to because it hasn't got the stripes. It'd be interesting to see how the new one compares livery wise and colouring to the older ones. But I know the measurement train is a bit of a mixture of bits and bobs. So like the coaches are slightly different liveries and stuff like that. So a bit of variety probably wouldn't really go amiss. So you see the packaging is the standard sort of newer style Hornby, which is similar to that of the Bachmann and other brands and that sort of thing. So it's quite nice packaging. So it's got, the buffers are built onto the coach. I know on most of the HSTs they don't actually have the buffers, so I don't know if they do on the new measurement train. I would assume not, but I could be wrong. But obviously, oh, actually, I think they're moulded on potentially. I believe they're actually moulded in the buffers. So I could be wrong though. I'm not certain on that, but it looks like they are. Let's have a look on the older coaches. If I can get this to focus, you will see the difference. So the coach on the bottom here is the newer one. See the buffers don't come through. On the older one, you can see inside the buffers come through. So on this one, the older one, they're actually removable, but it looks like on the newer one they're potentially not. You've got the smaller coupling on the older one at the top there, and it's the slightly larger coupling on the bottom one, but you have got a pack of the smaller couplings if you wanted to. These don't have the coupling hooks, so you'd have to obviously take the hooks off these, off the larger ones. So let's do a contrast of, I'd say the newer, oh no, it's about the same. So yeah, similar colours, same colour roofs, stripe all looks pretty good. So yeah, they match up really well actually. So there we go. So, like I say, this one is 977994. It's got metal wheels on the bogies. Removable couplings, like I say, so you could put the smaller ones in, or you could put the closer fitting couplings in possibly as well if you wanted to. It's got really nice livery on the side there, the Network Rail new measurement train, as you can see. Got the seats inside, sort of tinted windows. So this is the sort of guards one, which goes with the older coach. So you can see the older one doesn't have the stripe on it and it's got the smaller logo, but potentially now you've got one for this end, the sort of front end, one for the rear with the guards ends, and then the buffet and the new sort of more standard coach in the middle. So basically you've got a 6-car rake now if you've got each of the new measurement train. So you've got 4 coaches and the 2 ends, so a total of a 6-car set, which is pretty good. I'm not sure what the true full length of the actual train is in real life. So potentially this, I'm not sure if this is full size now. If not, you could potentially, probably recommend it before they sell out, which they might do. I'd probably recommend buying a couple of each of these coaches. I know it isn't going to be quite perfect, they're going to have the same running numbers and whatnot, but you could buy a couple more of these sort of standard class coaches and have a few of them in the set. Right, I'm just trying to get this one out of the packaging, which is, there we go, not proving too easy. Right, so obviously this is the second coach, R4641. So, same packaging as the first one. This one's got the bigger coupling, but no smaller couplings by the looks of it. This is a bit weird. And this one's got removable buffers. So even between the 2 new coaches, typical Hornby, they've got different bases on them, as you can see. One's got removable buffers and one hasn't. Both got the full size couplings. One came with the spare couplings and one didn't. So there's obviously a little bit of change between them. Let's have a look at the underside. I'd say there's, with the different underside, I'd say there's actually slightly more detail on the R4637 underside compared to R4641. But the livery's pretty close together. I really like on these the way they sort of cover up the windows, so you can see on this other one, which is 975814. It's the Mk3 Network Rail TF coach. The trailer first, I'm not sure. So yeah, metal wheels. You obviously wouldn't really notice the detail and being different between them. Nice. It's a really nice detail, really, for something that's a bit different. And obviously the network rail stuff is reasonably sought after. Obviously Back can do quite a lot of the coaches, and limited edition they tend to sell out. So it's brilliant, really, for me, because I really like the network rail stuff. That Hornby have started doing stuff for them as well. So that's good. So I guess there is potential if you really wanted to take the buffers off. I mean, some of these coaches you might end up with slightly different undersides on them. So it might be a case if you buy this coach, then you might end up getting this base on it. Probably going to be slight varieties depending on what they had in the factory, I guess, when they made them. What's the? Oh, actually, on the other the other trailer, they've both got the same base, the trailer guard second, the new and the old. So perhaps that must just be the way we do them, I suppose. I don't know why they would be. Maybe there is a slight difference on the undersides, which would make sense as to why it would be different. But you can see some between the coaches. You've got sort of white covers, yellow covers on the windows, but I'm guessing that's to match the real life details. So yeah, so if I do, you can see that all the coaches together now. So this is the full set of 4. So yeah, really nice set, and it's brilliant that Hornby have done them. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, just fire